And good evening, everybody, and welcome into the ITG Next Game of the Week, brought to you by our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports. I'm Phil Jones. My buddy Sean Perry, a.k.a. Mr. Producer, going to be on the controls tonight, bringing you the live stream for tonight's game between the Colquitt County Packers from Moultrie, Georgia, visiting the Tift County Blue Devils here at Brody Field. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to the ITG Next live stream, our game of the week. This is game 3 of our great selection that we've got for you guys all this year, 2023 season. Programming note, next week, going to be in Marietta, going to be up in North Georgia, bringing you North Cobb at Marietta. But tonight, it's all about one of the South's oldest high school football rivalries. These two teams, Tift County and Colquitt County, going back to the early days, formerly known as Tifton High and Moultrie High, have been battling it out on the gridiron since 1914. And if you're a Blue Devil fan, unfortunately, Colquitt has dominated this overall series. They lead 57 wins to 32 wins, and there's been 2 ties in this series. To further stress the dominance of Colquitt County in this series, not only over the long haul, but the Packers have won 13 of the last 14 games in this series. Tift County's last win came in 2017, a 38-35 exciting affair. That was the year Tift County, the first of 2 back-to-back quarterfinal appearances. The first time that's ever happened in school history, and both of those came with Ashley Anders at the helm. So since then, though, that's the last time Tift County had anything to root about in this game. Since then, it's been all Colquitt County. The next year, 2018, Colquitt won 30-0. 2019, 47-7. 2020, 41-0. 2021, 31-6. And last year, the Packers won 41-13. So as you can see, not only record-wise has this overall series been lopsided, but so has the scores. Tift County, of course, led by head football coach Noel Dean, who is starting off his 3rd season since coming out of retirement. Longtime Michigan high school football coach. Came to Tifton, took over the program in 2021, actually led Tift County to a 6-5 record. Last year, though, not so much. Tift County 1-9, really struggled last season. So far, the Devils off to an 0-2 start. On the other side, though, for Colquitt County, so far, so good. Some may say even so far, so great for Tift County. For Colquitt County. For the Packers, they are 2-0 on the season, and they've looked quite impressive in both of their matchups, starting with a win over Dutch Fort to open the season. That was part of the Georgia-Carolina Challenge. Of course, Dutch Fort, defending state champions there in South Carolina. Many people were expecting that to be a little bit better matchup, but it was all Colquitt County from the start. Packers winning that one 48-17. And then last week at the Honk Pen again, it was all Colquitt in a win over Stockbridge, 47-27. For Tift County, they lose to Coffee to start the season, 38-13. Last week, Tift County loses to Dutchtown, 52-16. Now, it's going to sound crazy when I say this, but game was actually a little closer than that score would indicate. The game was pretty close through the first 3 quarters, and then Dutchtown took it away and really ran away with it in the 4th quarter, winning it 52-16. For these 2 programs, some of the names you're going to hear tonight, Colquitt County, take your pick. There are playmakers all over the field for this Packer football team. Some say maybe the best that they've had in a while, and that's saying a lot, especially considering last year's state semifinal team that came close, albeit losing to Carrollton there in Colquitt County in the state semifinals. Of course, Carrollton were going to lose in the state championship, but a great season last year for Sean Calhoun, ironically, who coached at Carrollton a few years back. He, of course, now the Colquitt County head man, starting off his second season at the helm at Colquitt. He will have at his disposal, like I said, a litany of weapons, including quarterback Nico Fan, who is 3 touchdowns away from tying the school record. He has 67 touchdowns coming into tonight's game. The school record is held by Chase Parrish. You guys may remember Parrish, the former Colquitt County quarterback under Rush Probst. And I got to be honest with you, say what you will about Rush. Rush is the one that got this Colquitt County program back on track. And they owe a lot of credit to that man for the wins, the facilities, and what he has done for that program. Legacy still lives on today. For Tift County, as I said, it's been a struggle. Ashley Anders had led Tift County to an 11-2 season in 2017. That was the last time Tift County beat Colquitt. Then in 2018, they lose 30-0. Again, that was the last winning season before Noel Dean came. Tift County would go on to finish 3-7, 2-8 before Noel Dean comes in, leads them to a 6-5 record, as I said. But last year, a real struggle for the Devils, finishing 1-9. It's kind of interesting, though, that this game, and I have to catch myself, and I've done this a good bit, full transparency. I have to catch myself because I'm still, just old habits are hard to break, I'm still thinking that these two teams are region rivals. That's not the case. In fact, last year was the first year that they were not region rivals. Tift County, of course, you remember dropping back to Class 6A last year. Colquitt County, of course, still in the state's highest classification in Class 7A, a member of 1-7A. I want to thank everybody for checking out tonight's game. Want to hear from you guys. We love your comments. And part of what we do here on our ITGNX live stream, we'll interact with you guys throughout the broadcast tonight. So let us hear from you. Let us hear your comments. And, again, we'll try to communicate and talk with you guys as much as we can tonight moving forward. I want to say hello to my buddy Jim Blair, who I had a chance to meet earlier tonight. Jan Allen says, "Come on, Blue." My buddy Steven Segabass is watching tonight. Stephen Tate predicts a big win for the Pack. Waylon Polk watching from St. Louis, Missouri. Flex Washington says, "What's up, Phil? Thanks for sharing this." And I want to, again, call your name at some point tonight as we go forward. My buddy Adam Estes, big Blue Devil booster. In fact, he is Mr. Tift County Blue Devil. Not a big supporter for the Blue Devil football program as it looks to get back on track, is Adam Estes. Adam says he's watching at home a mile from the stadium, and he hopes to hear the cannon. And one thing's for sure, you'll be able to hear that cannon. I've been watching Tift County Blue Devil football for all my life. I grew up in Tifton, and you never get used to the cannon. Phineas Quam is watching from Utah. Says, "Let's go Blue." Well, look at there. There's Timmy Neesmith. The Stick Man is checking out tonight's game. Says, "Hey, Phil, Packers going to roll tonight." Jackson Toll says, "Go, Pack, go." Stanley Evans says, "No power in Lake Park, Georgia, but I'm watching." Stanley, I feel your pain. I feel your pain, Stanley. I am there. And for all of you in Valdosta that are watching this game that, like me, has been devastated by the hurricane that rolled through our community a couple of days ago, hang in there. And remember, guys, it's all about priorities. I want to thank our sponsors for not only tonight's game, but our live stream that will be coming to you all season long. Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Baker Sports says, "Welcome all football fanatics. Friday Night Lights 2023 is finally here." Brought to you by Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Together serve as your one-stop destination for top-quality sports equipment. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, Baker's has definitely got you covered. Remember, call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. Now, get ready and enjoy this gridiron spectacle of a game. Also, our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Boy, what a timely message from Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance in this time of destination. Remember, no matter where you are, agents near you are on standby offering home, auto, life, farm insurance. To find an agent near you, go to GFB, that's short for Georgia Farm Bureau, gfbinsurance.com, and just put in your zip code or city, and you'll be able to find an agent near you. All right, we've got the captains for both teams out on the middle of the field getting ready for the coin toss. And there is the coin toss. We're going to be bringing you the results here live as I see it. Looks like Tift County has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So Colquitt County is, I'm sure, going to receive the ball as Tift County is going to defer, and they'll take it in the second half. So we're going to see the Tift County defense and the Packer offense on the field first tonight in this big matchup. Out there for Tift County, that was Tylen Morrow and Damian Moat as the Packers make their way onto the field from the south end zone. And here come the Devils, also from the south end zone. And the cannon has made its first blast of the night. A sparse crowd on hand tonight. We've had rain here at Brody Field for the last 2 hours. It has been nonstop. It has finally come to an end just as we're getting ready for kickoff. There is rain forecasted, though, in our area throughout the night, so we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, even though the rain has stopped for now, I can promise you this grass field, one of the few grass surfaces that still remain in Georgia high school football, well, it's what you would expect from real grass. It's wet, it's soggy, it's slippery. Is that going to make a difference in this game tonight? Will it play a difference for either team? Will it give either team an advantage? That remains to be seen. Packers in their white tops. Seems like Colquitt comes out with a different uniform every year. Colquitt with their white tops. They've got the black numerals trimmed in the gold, the black helmet with the interlocking C's for the Colquitt County. Tift County went to the new look a couple of years ago with the arrival of Noel Dean. Gone is the blue helmet with the white tee. Now you've got the silver helmet, silver numbers, the blue jerseys, the stripes on the pants, the stripes down the side of the pants, blue tops, blue bottoms for Tift County. All right, so we're about ready to go here. It's going to be David Sandoval, the senior, going to kick it off. Back deep for Colquitt. Looks like we've got Lamar Ticarius. That's Ticarius Lamar. Also back deep is number 21, Javoris Fuller. So we are set to go. Kick back, relax, wherever you are, take your mind off the stormy weather, and let's get some football going. High, short kick. It'll be returnable from the 15. Going to knock him down there at the 30-yard line. A host of blue shirts are down there to bring down Lamar, the senior, Ticarius Lamar, on the return. So we're going to see Colquitt on offense first tonight. 1st and 10, they'll start at their own 30-yard line. ITG next game of the week. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, guys. All right, here we go. Tift County going to show 5-man front. Now they'll bring a backer out on the edge, a couple of linebackers. Fan wants to throw. Quick outlet pass. Receivers got it. Still on his feet. Going to take it up to the 40. Should be enough for a first down. Just a quick toss to the outlet receiver there. Zay Williams. There's a number of these Packers that will call their name and number tonight. Nycar certainly going to have his number called a lot tonight. Fan wants to throw. Quick toss. Complete on a crossing pattern. They just hit Landon Thomas on a nice crossing route. He was wide open coming across the middle. Big gain for 18 yards, taking it to the Tift County 42-yard line. So Colquitt with a 10 and 18-yard gain on the first couple of plays here tonight. They've got a first down in Tift County territory. Going to go into the Wildcat now. Going to take it right up the middle, going into the Wildcat. Number 22, Dennis Ramsey, lined up at the quarterback slot. Direct snapped it to him. And he'll go for a short gain of, we'll give him about 3. Second down and 7. Ball just, well, we'll say it just at the 40 of Tift County. Second down. There's Nico Fan now back in his familiar spot at quarterback. Going to hand it. First man through, bouncing off one man, bouncing off another man. He's still on his feet. Finally knocked down after a 20-yard gain. Looked like they had Dennis Ramsey hemmed up in the backfield, but he was able to bust it out, and he just took it for a 20-yard gain. And already here come the Pack. Randy Johnson says, let's go blue. At a penalty on Tift County, and that's going to tack on to the play, and it's going to move the ball to the 10-yard line. So a thunderous start for this Packer offense with a little help from the Tift County defense with penalties. And this talented Colquitt Packer offense is showing exactly what they are made of and what all the fuss is about. First and 10 Packers. Nico Fan. He's a good one, guys. 3 touchdown passes away from tying the school record. Handoff. Battling it to about the 8. Brown on the carry. It was Deshaun Brown. Again, I told you, he's a junior, and that's one of several names whose number and name we'll call tonight. Expect Ramsey to also get the call tonight. Here we go. Second down. Going to throw to the end zone. Got a man open. That's Carr. Touchdown. So Colquitt County takes it 70 yards, and they make it look easy. And Colquitt County goes up 6-0 on the touchdown pass to Nycar. Perfectly thrown ball. And it will come at 9:55 of the first quarter. I will warn you guys, the press ball or the scoreboard is really hard to see from our vantage point. It is back to almost behind us, so we have to lean out and try to get times for you. So the touchdown comes at 9:55 of the first quarter. Colquitt goes up 7-0. Or 6-0, I'm sorry. Point after attempt. Colquitt has been penalized now, but shouldn't be a problem for the gentleman that I listed as the top field goal kicker in Georgia, David Fitzgerald. Puts it up there and good. He is one of the best in the state. Again, recently I ranked all the field goal kickers in Georgia, and Fitzgerald got my #1 pick, and for good reason. He comes from a long line of kickers in the Fitzgerald family, and he is doing his part here tonight already, nailing the long extra point. So Colquitt goes up 7-0. Again, want to thank our sponsors, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Agents offer home, auto, life, farm insurance. And guys, if you're underinsured, not insured, you want to tack on to your insurance, go to gfbinsurance.com, find an agent near you. It's a very easy website to follow. You can just put in your town, find your town, and there you'll see the number and the agent's names, and you can call them up and talk to them about a policy that you're in need of. That's Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Also, Baker Sports. And again, we thank Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, and Baker Sports, our sponsors of the ITG Next live stream all season long. We got some good ones coming up for you this year, guys. I mentioned next week we'll be at the North Cobb at Marietta game. Fitzgerald going to kick it off. High kick, taking it to 4. Tift County return man took a big wallop just over the 20. And we'll see Tift County go on offense first here tonight. Well, their first offensive possession, I should say, of the night after Colquitt County took the opening kick, drove it 70 yards in under 3 minutes. They made it look easy, and they lead it 7-0. You may remember the name Chris Martin, Lee County quarterback for a while, transferred to Fitzgerald. Now he's at Tift. And he is the quarterback for Tift County. 2 receivers split out here to the near side. Martin wants to throw. Looks. Going to be chased out of the pocket. We've got a penalty flag. Probably going to get a hold. Martin going to take on a Colquitt defender right at the 25-yard line. Check the call, though. I'm guessing it's going to be a hold, and it will be a hold against Tift County. Martin tried to scramble out of there. And in the process, Tift County offensive lineman reached out and held. So it's going to be holding call against Tift County. That certainly won't help things. It'll remain first down. And the ball going to be spotted back at the 14-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 20. Again, Martin with one back. He'll take, going to hand it to the running back. Little bit of running room, taking it over the 20 to about the 21-yard line. Gain of about 6.5 yards that time. They're going to say now it's a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and long. Tift County now going to put 3 receivers, far side. 1 here to the near side, single back for Tift County. Martin wants to throw, looks, plenty of protection. Going to sail it, almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of, I believe that was Tyshawn Reed. Martin threw it right to him, but he couldn't hang on to it. So 3rd down and long. 3rd down and Chula needed for the 1st down. Definitely a passing situation for Tift. 2 receivers either side. No, I'm sorry. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Now man in motion will put a receiver over on the wing for Tift. Snap to Martin, but we've got whistles. I think Tift County may have taken too much time. Let's see. It is a delay of game for Tift County. So Tift County under Noel Dean trying to get this program back on track. Three receivers now here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Boy, you know the Pack are licking their chops here. Martin going to step up, going to throw it. Complete. Going to be well short of the 1st down. Pass complete. Up over the 20-yard line. And again, going to be still about 10 yards needed for the 1st down. So Tift County in a punting situation. So Tift County with a couple of penalties there. And you cannot make mistakes against a team like Colquitt County, even a perfect game is going to be a tall order to try to get it done against the Packers. And the mistakes certainly aren't going to help. Packers should get pretty good field position out of this one. Fuller back there to return it. High, short kick. And it'll take a bounce, and Fuller will take it for about a yard to the Tift County 48. And that's where the Packers will put it in play for their second offensive possession of the night. They already lead at 7-0. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to be the presenting sponsor between Tift County and Colquitt County tonight. Athletes and fans alike. Between Bakers and Pro Sports, you can get your gear covered from cheerleading to football to fans. Bakers is a one-stop shop for top-quality sports apparel and equipment. Call them at 904-388-8126 for all of your sporting good needs. That's Baker Sports. All right, here's Colquitt County now. Second offensive possession of the night. They'll put two receivers on either side. Nico Fan, the quarterback, looks, throws, far side. Man wide open over there, complete. Short gain. Going for about 5 yards. Zamorian Brown on the tackle. Second down 5 needed for Colquitt County. Nico Fan now 2 touchdowns away from tying the school record. Fan throws. Incomplete. I think that was, it was Marquise Wilson. He's number 6, not card number 5. These numbers sometimes hard to read. So here's a third down and 5. Let's see if the Tift County defense can get off the field here. Fan gonna hand it to the first man through, and here's a host of blue shirts gonna wrap him up and drop him back. Host of Blue Devils, Lee Jackson, the senior linebacker, leading the way. So Colquitt will be into their first punting situation of the night. Again, thanks so much for watching the ITG Next live stream, our ITG Next Game of the Week. Tift County, Colquitt County. This series started back in 1914 when it was Tifton High and Moultrie High. All right, here's Colquitt County now forced to punt. Low line drive kick. Tift County return man, boy, going to pick it up. I tell you what, that was a no fear on either side there. Tift County's return man that time, I believe that was Khalib Lewis who picked that one up and just went straight ahead. So Tift County going to go on offense tonight. Give that defense credit for Tift, though. They come up big on that last possession for the Packers. They force a punt. And it's baby steps, guys. Got to take your wins where you can get them. So here's Tift County. Again, first series was marred by penalties, mistakes. Let's see if Tift County can avoid that here in their second offensive possession as Chris Martin, the Alcorn State commit, leads them up. Big run left side. Tift County running room for the running back for the Devils. Going to take it up to the 35-yard line, a 15-yard run. So a big run for Tift County off the left side. He saw the hole and he busted through there for the first down. So here's Tift County now, 1st and 10 from their own 33, we'll call it. Martin looks. Martin's getting a lot of time. Now they'll be chased out of the pocket. And Martin going to throw, or now he'll run, I'm sorry. Going to be knocked out of bounds. Make sure Martin's okay. Martin certainly doesn't mind running it, and he took off that time. And Chris actually going to lose a couple of yards on that play. So second down, we'll call it 12 needed for the first. Two receivers far side. Martin going to hand it off. Running back trying to get to the corner. He will. And he'll be brought down about the 35-yard line. Tell you, that's a good-looking running back for Tift County. That's Damian Moat. And he's their go-to guy when they look to run it. So 3rd down, 10. Able to get it back to the original line of scrimmage now. Let's see if Tift County, what they'll do here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tift County keep this on the ground, to be honest with you. They're having success running the football in the early going. Guys, bear with us. We can barely see the scoreboard as we're just under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Penalty flags. I think Colquitt's going to get an offsides call, and that is the call. Colquitt County jumps offsides. So that's going to give Tift County 5 free yards, and it's going to make it 3rd and 5. Now, let's see if that changes the play. All right, so 3rd down and 5 now for Tift County. 3rd and 5 after the offsides penalty on Colquitt. Tift County just shy of their own 40. 3 receivers, far side, 1 on the near side. We'll see Tift County in this set all night tonight. Damian Moat, the back. Martin wants to throw. Throws. Got a man wide open out there, complete. Not going to be able to get away, though, from the defensive back. Tackle made over there by number 7, Will Madison. Got a penalty flag on the play. And I think Colquitt's going to be called here for something after the play. But let's wait and see what we get. Unsportsmanlike on Colquitt County after the play. So that's going to give Tift County a break. A little bit of extracurricular activity after the tackle. So it's Colquitt County now with back-to-back mistakes. We saw Tift with some mistakes on their first possession. Now in Tift's second offensive possession, we've got the Packers with an offsides. That gave Tift County a new life on 3rd down. And now unsportsmanlike on Colquitt. Excessive celebration after that play. And it's going to give Tift County a new set of downs. 1st and 10, Blue Devils at the Colquitt 45. We're getting late in the first quarter with Colquitt County leading at 7-0. Well, I tell you this, Tift County takes almost every bit of that play clock. All right, here's Chris Martin, going to take it, going to hand it. Looked like Tift County wanted to do a flea flicker there. It looked like as soon as Moat got the ball, he wanted to turn around and flip it to Martin, but he was immediately wrapped up by the Packers defensive line, so nothing doing there. Going to lose a couple of yards on the play. 2nd down and 12 for the Devils. 3:55 left in the opening quarter. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Phil Jones. You're watching the ITG Next Game of the Week. Martin wants to throw. Martin looks. Martin needs to throw it away. Receiver makes the catch, but I think he was out of bounds. So Martin did throw it away, but he thought, what the heck? I'll try to put it on the money and see if I can get the receiver to get his feet in bounds. It was really a good-looking pass by Martin, but it's exactly what you need to do there, not throw it into Packers' hands and let them come up with a big play. So as it is, 3rd and 12, Tift County. Tift County's got it at the Packer 47. Martin looking over. Snap to Martin. Looks, steps up. Going to throw it long down here on the sideline. Had a man there, but he overshot a receiver down here on the corner. Boy, Martin can air it out. Great day. It was Titus Buford, the intended receiver here on this near side. Arcavius J. Wilson says no one can't get open. That's a great observation. Packers with great coverage. Martin, though, give the Tift County line credit. They're providing great coverage, pass protection, I should say, for Martin. Tift County now going to have to punt it away. Block. It's blocked. Colquitt just blocked the punt. Colquitt came in, blocked the punt. It's going to surge forward, but it's a blocked punt. And with that, Colquitt will take over in good field position here. Colquitt County Packers special teams coming up. You could see the men coming in there on the Tift County punter. And they were able to get to it, got a hand on it. Fortunately for Tift, the ball was able to spring forward instead of going backwards past the punter. Otherwise, Colquitt would have scooped it up and taken it to the house. As it is, here's Colquitt County taking over after the partially blocked punt. They've got it 1st and 10 of their own 46. They lead it 7-0. We're getting late in the first. Nico Fan takes the snap, looks, throws, crossing route to Thomas. Complete, breaks away from a tackler, and he's finally brought down. That's the big tight end, Landon Thomas. Takes it all the way to the 35.
Pass complete to Landon Thomas. First down.
20-yard gain that time for the Packers, and here comes Colquitt again. Fan gonna hand it off. Not much for Colquitt. Deshaun Brown on the carry. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Deshaun Brown on the run. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Colquitt County leads it 7-0. And they've got it now 2nd down at the Tift County 35. Snap to Nico Fan. Looks, gonna sail it long downfield. Touchdown, he put it right on the money. Zay Williams. "35-yard touchdown pass." Now brings Nico Fan within 1 touchdown of tying the school record. Point after attempt now from Fitzgerald. He's Mr. Automatic. And just as I said that, it's blocked. Sorry about that. I laugh because, as soon as you want something to happen, I jinxed him. But it's still a huge Packer lead late in the first quarter. Extra point is blocked, but Colquitt County leads it now 13-0 on the 35-yard touchdown pass to Zay Williams. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to partner with ITG Next and sponsor tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you all for enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight, and don't forget to call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for any of your future equipment needs. Also, big thanks to Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Their agents offer home, auto, life, farm insurance. To find an agent near you, go to their website, gfbinsurance.com. Hi, TG Next. We are your high school sports leader, bringing you great football every Friday night from around the state. High kick taken inside the 5.
Brown on return.
Big return that time.
Brings it back to the 28.
From Tift County's Zamorian Brown. Scores coming in. My buddy Stephen Tate, 10-0 Ware over Baldwin. No real surprise there. Boy, next week it will be a good one with Ware and Benedictine. So here we go. Tift County finds themselves down 13-0. We're late in the first. Handoff, left side, not much. Maybe a yard there. That's about it. from Damian Moat.
No gain on the play.
Ran Esty says Tift sure doesn't have any kind kicking game punts or kicks. I'm not sure what. I guess he's saying they don't have any problem blocking kicks or punts. But anyway, here we go. So Tift County. Second down. No gain on that last play. So second down and 10. Martin going to hand it off. Nothing doing this time. Colquitt County going to sniff that one out. Tackle made that time by number 42.
4-yard loss.
Looks like that's Braden Ruiz. He's a sophomore linebacker. Comes in and makes the tackle on that one. Leroy Kinsey says, go Pack, go. Mike Sorensen says 3 block punts in the last 4 quarters. Not good. All right. Here's a third down and long situation for Tift. They lost 4 yards on that last play. I think we're going to get a warning on the Packers sideline for the band whipping it up while Tift County was trying to call a play. I'm almost positive that's what they're talking to the Packers sideline about. Okay, guys, here we go. Tift County, third down and long. Chris Martin wants to throw. Throws far sideline. It's complete.
Pass complete to Taylor Martin.
He's going to be short of the first down. See where they spot it. Going to spot it at the 33. So going to be short. Fourth down. Punting situation for Tift County. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter with the Pack leading at 13-0. Colquitt County has dominated this series, winning 13 of the last 14 games. This series, one of the oldest in South Georgia. In fact, it's one of the oldest in Georgia. These two teams have been playing since 1914. Just got that punt away. Wow, huge hit that time. Penalty flags are down. Tift County's Landon Jones down there, a senior. Wow, George Fuller. Man, I love special teams. Just they give you the biggest play. But Tift County just was able to get that punt off, by the way. Penalty flag. It's going to be a holding call on Colquitt. No, it's a blindside block in the back. You kind of expect that when you get a special teams punt going from one direction, one side of the field to the next, and you got a lot of bodies, a lot of guys getting blocked. How many times do we see that? Illegal block in the back.
15-yard penalty.
So that's going to negate what was a pretty good return. And Colquitt County now will take over again here at the end of the first quarter. We're 14 seconds left to go. 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter with Colquitt County leading at 13-0. They've got it at their own 26-yard line. Fan going to hand it first man through. Brought down right at the 30. Making the tackle, Matthew Layfield, the linebacker, coming up. And that will bring the first quarter to an end. ITG next. Game of the week. Colquitt County leads it 13-0 as we head to quarter number 2. If you're in Colquitt County, be sure to visit your agents there, Georgia Farm Bureau agents John Mitchell, William Peacock, or Zach Webb. If you're in the Tift County area, Todd Applewhite, Brett Fletcher, or Ryan Wiggins. And no matter where you are, you can go to gfbinsurance.com. You see the website there on your screen, Farm Bureau Insurance, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance.com. Or you can call the 800 number, 877-404-1050, to find an agent near you if you want to make sure you are covered, be it life, home, auto, farm. Find an agent near you. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports sponsoring tonight's game. Baker Sports Pro Sports are proud to be the presenting sponsor between Tift County and Colquitt County tonight, and we thank them for their support. Them and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance sponsoring our ITG Next live game of the week all season long. I'm Phil Jones. Thanks so much for being with us tonight as we get ready for quarter number 2. Packers run right side, short game. That's Tayshawn Brown on the carry. A couple of Devils flying up to make the tackle, led by number 33, Corey Howard, and number 11, Caleb Lewis.
On your feet, Blue Devils.
So here's a third down. We'll call it third and about 5, needed for the first. Colquitt County now. You got a man here in the slot that's uncovered. Watch that. Now he's going to go in motion. Single back in a wing. Fan wants to throw. It's going to be Chase. Fan in the grass. Still able to get the ball off. Incomplete. Broken up by Tift County. And going to be a punting situation for Colquitt County. So the Tift County defense comes up big here. And they are going to force the Packers into a punting situation. Tift County going to put a couple of men. Well, look how much they respect. That's Sam Miller punting it for Colquitt. Tift County giving him a lot of respect. Fake punt. They're going to fake the punt, and they're going to get it. Packers fake the punt, and they got it. Packers catch Tift County asleep. Colquitt County called for the fake punt, and they get it. That's what great teams do. And Sam Miller was able to do it that time for Colquitt County. So, Tift County, expecting the punt, fell asleep. Colquitt County took advantage of it, and here's the Packers now after the fake punt. Lacey N. Johnson says, way to go, Pack. All right, here's Colquitt County now after getting the fake punt. They've got it 1st and 10 just outside their own 40. Running play, nice run of about 6 or 7 right up the gut. What did I say earlier about special teams play? There's nothing like big-time special teams play to get momentum one way or the other. Watch and see if that play doesn't really spark the Packers, and here they come. Big run, shot out of there like the Tift County Blue Devil cannon. That time was number 22, Ramsey. And again, here's Colquitt County going with tempo, no huddle, and man, they are taking advantage of the momentum from the fake punt. They are rolling. Here they go. New set of downs. Quick toss. Carr, look out. There he goes. Nobody's going to catch him, I don't think. If he stayed in bounds, it's a touchdown, and it is a touchdown for the Pack. Oh, nah, Carr. And that will tie the Colquitt County school record for touchdown passes. Nico Fan come in needing 3, and he's got his 3 different receivers. That went for 42 yards. And that does tie the school record. Extra point from Fitzgerald, the best kicker in the state, is good. And Colquitt County now, just to start the second quarter, they go up 19-0. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to partner with ITG Next and sponsor tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you all for enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight. Don't forget, call Baker's for all your sporting good needs. 904-388-8126 for any of your future equipment needs. And our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Their agents offer home, auto, life, and farm insurance. Go to their website, gfbinsurance.com. ITG Next game of the week, Colquitt County, Tift County. I was about to say region rivals, but no longer. Tift County, a member of 1-6A, Colquitt 1-7A. Colquitt showing why they are absolutely. And Jim Blair, you're right, it's 20-0, not 19-0. They are showing why they are considered to be one of the favorites in Class 7A to win it all this year. Taking it the 1-yard line. Nice return. That time from Tift County's Titus Buford. Made a nice, nifty little move that time. So Tift County will have it 1st and 10 out of their own 26-yard line. They trail at 20-0. Just underway, second quarter. Thanks so much for being with us on tonight's ITG Next Game of the Week. Martin looks. Chris Martin going to throw it. Complete. Went up the ladder. What a nice pitch and catch that time. That was Talon Morrow, the senior, went up the ladder and got that one. So they go from the 26 to the 44. Now they'll spot it at the 45. Gain of 19 yards on that pitch and catch from Chris Martin to Morrow. Chris Martin, quick toss, complete. Receiver spins out of one tackle, not able to get out of another one, but it's going to be complete up near the 50. Second down. 7 needed for the first. Now they'll give him 3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7. Tift County up. Now you're almost going to be in a passing situation every play to try to get back in this thing. Of course, as soon as I say that, Tift County runs the football. Don't listen to me. Taking it to midfield. It's like I jinked Fitzgerald earlier when I said he never misses. Of course, it was blocked. He didn't really miss it, but. All right, 3rd down. Now, Tift County, the ball sitting right at the 50, right in the middle of the blue tee out there. Chris Martin going to Alcorn State on a scholarship. He's a good one. Martin, quick toss, far side, complete. Martin put it right on the money. Now let's check the spot. I think he's going to be short. Well, Martin can get it out there quick. Now let's see if Tift County elects to go for it here. Why not? If it's not a – no, I think it is. Well, the referees are saying it's a first down. It is a first down. He's asking the chain gang to move them. So it's a first down, Tift County. Packer fans, Packer staff does not like that. I knew he was close to the first down, so it is a new set of downs. First down, Tift County, trying to get back in this football game. They trail it 20-0. We're just underway, second quarter. Martin takes the snap, going to hand it off. Nice running play. Look out. Big run. Taking it all the way close to the 30-yard line. And that's a new set of downs. Big run for Tift County. Ren Estes, thank you so much, buddy, for the compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tift County, new set of downs. They're trying to get back in this thing. It's baby steps. You can't kill the whole elephant. You have to kill him one elephant burger at a time, right? Martin going to sling it long. And here we got a penalty flag. We're going to get a hold, I think, on the Packers, but let's wait and see. I think we're going to get a hold, defensive hold on Colquitt County. That is the call. So a holding call on the Colquitt County defensive back is going to give Tift County by far their best field position of the night. And that's going to give Tift County a new set of downs. Tift County now with the ball. A first down at the Colquitt County 17-yard line behind the arm of Chris Martin. He's made some good throws in this series. That time, Tift County going to go back to the run as the helmets come flying off. Short gain, right side. Going to bring up second down. The rain has stopped. For now, it rained for about 2 hours before kickoff. I wondered before we went live if that was going to affect either team. It certainly hasn't affected Colquitt, and it really hasn't affected Tift as far as that goes. It has really nothing to do with the field. Penalty flag on Tift. May have an illegal substitution here. I'm guessing. That's going to be an illegal motion. I didn't see that, but that's what we get the call. So Tift County now had got it to the 17. Now they're backing up. And this is really what has hurt Tift County a lot. I mean, it's not the only thing, but Martin looks. Martin going to sling it. Incomplete. Threw that one into traffic. Good coverage down there by the Packers right at the goal line. Pass was intended for Morrow down there. Incomplete. Yeah, you know, you kind of wonder, and I've got my own thoughts. This Tift County program had made it to the state quarterfinals 5 years ago. Ashley Anders took them to the Class 7A quarterfinals, 11-2 record, 8-5 record. And since then, the program has gone downhill. Now, again, for those of you, and let me call this play, and I'll give you my thoughts. Martin looks. Heavy rush. Martin going to get away from one. Going to throw it right, though, to a Packer. Ill-advised pass by Chris. Chris trying to make something happen, and he threw it right into the hands of a waiting Jaboris Fuller. So what was a promising Tift County drive is going to end with yet another Tift County mistake. I think we got a holding or a block in the back on the interception return. And going to give still Colquitt County will retain possession, of course, but now they'll have it back at their own 36-yard line. Trey Adams says he was better off just falling on the ground. Indeed, he would have been. You know, that's what competitors do sometimes, though, trying to make a play. Handoff, right side. Couple of yards. That was Brown on the carry. Second down. So I'll give you my take on Tift County. I know you want to blame it on Noel Dean, but don't. It goes deeper than that, folks. Way deeper. Jet sweep to Carr. Boy, he's a weapon. That time, though, Tift County doing a good job of cutting him down. I wouldn't talk too much trash if I was Tift, though. Zamorian Brown, though, the senior defensive back, coming up and cutting him out. And it's going to bring up a third down. I can go on and on about this Tift County program. Again, John Reed was here. He's one of the best coaches in high school football. And again, not the current administration, but quick pass, complete. Going to be, I believe, short of the first down, 4th and about a yard. I'm sure Packers going to go for this. But this program should have never gotten to this point, guys, is what I'm saying. All right, 4th and short. Colquitt County going to bring in the big set. We're 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Fan. And we got penalties. So, again, guys, what Noel Dean inherited here was a mess. Still trying to fix it. Buford up on North Cobb, 17-14. Watch that one. Buford showing just a little bit of cracks in that otherwise tough covering that they've got. Hey, they're still undefeated. So the penalty now will force Colquitt into a punting situation, or so we think. Last time they faked it and they got it. So this time, will they punt? We shall see. This time a line drive punt. He hit the man in the back. He hit his own man in the back. The punter, Sam Miller, punted it into the back of his up man. Oh, goodness. So Miller made a great play earlier, faking the punt. That time, his line drive punt, boom, right into the back of the Colquitt County. Jimmy Whidden says Dean inherited a mess, but he has not improved it one bit. All right, here's Tift County now. Well, he improved it to 6-5 his first year, so. But again, he's inherited quite a mess. Big running play for Tift County. Nice run that time from Damian Moat. Sir, I'll tell you this. Again, problems for Tift go deeper than just on the football field. Man, it's had a lot to clean up. A lot that you never hear about and you never see. All right, Tift County now. Well, they've been able to move the football, but got to put it in the end zone. Trying to get to the corner. That's Moat. I'm going to see how many yards. I'll check with our buddy Wayne Gandy up here. Long-time Moultrie Observer sports writer up here in the booth next to us. We want to thank him for giving us some stats early on, information about this game. Chris Overstreet says it always has went deeper. Indeed, it has. You know, you have to get the foundation built right, sir, and I can say in defense of Noel Dean, he's simply trying to get this thing on a solid foundation to where you can start winning games. Play action didn't fool anybody. Martin going to go down back there in the backfield. Certainly didn't fool Johnny Clay. Brandy Johnson, great observation. This running back is doing his best. Keep pounding it, man. Good call. All right, 3rd and long here for Tift County. Again, Tift County has shown some flashes of good stuff tonight, but again, just not able to put it in the end zone. Moat trying to get it outside. Not much. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And again, scoreboard is way back here in the corner. We're 3:15, 3:14, 3:13 to go in the half. It's all Packers, 20-0. I got to tell you, if Tift County can hold this thing to 20-0 at the half, that's a win. Again, baby steps. Thanks so much for the comments, guys. Appreciate that. Timeout, Tift County. Jennifer Greer says they play how they're taught. Our boys need their confidence built up. They need more support and to work as a team as a whole. Go Big Blue. David Leroy Larsey Jr. the third. It's a mouthful. Says give Calhoun the ball. Kenderson Turner says put Walt Dog in. Walter, oh my goodness. Walter Dog. Long time Tift County staple. Equipment manager. 2:46 to go in the first half. It's all Packers so far, 20-0. Tift County taking a timeout. That'll give us a chance to tell you about our friends at Baker Sports who want to welcome all football fanatics. Friday Night Lights 2023 is finally here. Brought to you by Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Together serve as your one-stop destination for top quality sports equipment. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, Baker's has got you covered. Remember to call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. Now, enjoy this gridiron spectacle of a game. Also want to thank our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Go to gfbinsurance.com for all of your sporting needs. Or, I'm sorry, all of your insurance needs. All right, here we go now, coming out of the timeout. Again, scoreboard's hard to see for us, so I'm trying to lean over here and get you some. Chad Bank Barfield, nobody's ignoring you, brother. The bank is in the house tonight on the live stream. Another timeout taken by Tift County. Don't forget tonight, guys, one thing that we do, our halftime recap coming up, presented by Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, and at the end of tonight's game, and I want to get y'all's input on this, I'm going to announce one player from each team as our player of the game presented by Baker Sports. The players that I announce as the player of the game from each side will each receive a pair of shoulder pads from Baker's. So, again, we get into the fourth quarter. I'll start asking y'all's input. Last week we were at Langston Hughes watching the great one. Well, that's, the thing about these live stream, guys, we want to give you guys the access to see the best players in Georgia high school football. Prentice Air Nolan tonight, Nico Fan. Chris Martin has done a great job for Tift County, but we'll be selecting the player of the game later. Coming out of the timeout now, Martin looks, Chris in the grasp, trying to get rid of it, throws incomplete. Make sure Chris Martin is okay. So nothing doing for Tift County. Going to go over on downs. Colquitt County now will take over. So Tift County that time taking back-to-back timeouts. And it did not help. Packer defense smelled it out. So Colquitt County will take over. They lead it 20-0. We're 2:41 to go in the half. Colquitt County has brought just about a full house here on this visitor side. No surprise there. Packers always good support, especially when they've only got to come 20 miles up the road. And this is a big rivalry despite the team's records and how they're doing. These two teams have, again, been playing since 1914. Fan throws complete. Stepped out of bounds after the catch that time. Catching after the run after the catch that time from Deshaun Brown. But we called his name and number a lot tonight. All right, so here we go. Second down, about 4 needed for the first. Nico Fan across the middle. Dropped. You won't see that often. Take a picture of that one. Landon Thomas, the Florida State commit, former Georgia commit. Now his teammate Nikar committed to the University of Georgia. Landon Thomas had initially committed to UGA, but has since switched. I tell you what, look out for Florida State. Goodness gracious. They have got some great commits, including that one, even with the drop. Okay, so big play here. Third down, about 4 needed for the first for Colquitt. Fan looks, long toss. Man, wide open, and he overshot him out there. Wow. Fan missed him. Fan had Marquise Wilson wide open, and he overthrew him. Boy, I'm sure Nico's eyes were probably as big as watermelons and just like, whoa, wait a minute. I got a man wide open out there, and probably just got a little bit too quick on the throw, and he overshot him. But he was wide open out there. Sonia Parrish, love the positive slant on this. No matter what, I love my Blue Devils because I love the kids, and that is the way to talk. It's like Colquitt County is going to take a timeout. Chad Big Bank Barfield, buddy, thanks for the kind comments, man. I appreciate you. North Cobb has gone up on Buford, 21-17. We'll keep an eye on that one. Our friends at Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to be the presenting sponsor between Tift County and Colquitt County tonight. In fact, they're going to be our sponsor all year long on our ITG Next Game of the Week live stream. And Baker Sports and Pro Sports want to remind you that athletes and fans alike, between Bakers and Pro Sports, you can get your gear covered from cheerleading to football to fans. So if you've got a cheerleader in the family, if you've got a football player in the family, or if you are a player, maybe a weekend warrior, call our friends at Baker Sports and Pro Sports. They are a one-stop shop for top quality sports apparel and equipment. You can reach them at 904-388-8126 for all of your sporting good needs. And again, big thanks go out to them and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. All right, so here comes Colquitt County out of the timeout. Now, we think they're going to punt. Now, again, their punter does the old, he'll run for about 3 or 4 yards, and then he'll either kick it or something, and wouldn't be surprised to see him pull another one out of the hat here. No, he's going to punt this one away, and no kick in the back of the lineman this time. Look at Tift County's return man. You want to talk about gutsy. He went through a couple of Packers and went back there and picked it up and didn't get much out of it. But you got to love the spirit, guys. Hey, these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Never lose sight of that. Never lose sight that they are playing for the sheer love of the game. Always remember that. Tanya Swain Lares, he says, go Big Blue. Tyshawn Ponder says Buford's overrated. Whoa, I don't know about that. Mandy Gaines Hobby says go Pack. All right, here we go. We've got 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Let's see if Tift County tries to move this ball down the field and see if they can get something here before the half. Running play. They've had some success running the football. There's another big run going for a first down, but check the flag coming in late. We may have a hold there. I don't know. Let's see what we get. A lot of times that's a hold in that part of the field, and maybe what we have. But I'll wait for the play. No, I think they're going to mark it off. Well, let's wait and see. I just don't know. I'm guessing. It is going to be against Tift County. Going to be a block in the back against Tift. So that's going to negate what was a nice first down run. Listen, I know a lot of you critical. 20-0. Tift County has shown they can throw it, they can pass, or they can run it. Just have not been able to put it all together. Martin is the quarterback. He's heading to Alcorn State. Handoff, right side. Colquitt County was fully expecting that one. Nothing doing. Pick your poison on that one. 47-99 for the Pack. And what do we got? I think we got a timeout here. Island Alvarado leading the way for the Pack defense. As we're down to 1:33 to go in the half. Colquitt leads it 20-0. And a timeout. And coming out of this timeout, Tift County is going to have a second down and long. Guys, want to remind you, if you love high school football, and who doesn't, be sure to check out Extra Point. It's the live show I do every Monday at 5 o'clock right here at the ITG Next Facebook page. We talk high school football. We'll talk about all the games over the weekend, and we encourage y'all's comments. And, in fact, you guys, it's a very interactive show, including all of the folks watching the show. So let's make it about you guys, and be sure to check out Extra Point with Phil Jones. That'll be coming up every Monday, 5 o'clock, right here at the ITG Next Facebook page. Tift County trying to set up the screenplay, and just too much pressure on Martin that time. He never could get set, and he overshoots the receiver over here on the near side. So incomplete, and it's going to bring up now a third down and long. 1 minute. 1:28 left to go in the first half. Tift County 0-2 on the season. Colquitt County 2-0. Tift County loses to Dutchtown last week. Colquitt with a couple of big wins, including the win over Dutch Fork to open the year. Mike Sorensen, thank you so much for reminding me that we will move the show to Tuesday next week because Monday is Labor Day. We had a delay of game that time on Tift County. Cornelius Jackson says Tift County line needs to step up. They're getting to quarterback too soon, ain't giving him time to make any plays. Good point. Kenderson Turner says the pistol's not going to work. Too fast off the edge. Johnny Holcomb answers it correctly. Tift County last won the state title in 1983. Running play, right side, not much, not anything. And immediately, Colquitt County takes a timeout. So they're going to get the ball back with another shot at it here in the first half. Tift County not able to burn any time off the clock with that possession. In fact, they only were able to burn about 13 seconds between the incomplete pass and 2 timeouts taken by Colquitt County. And so with the timeout taken by the Pack, they're going to get the ball back. We're 1:20 to go in the half. Colquitt County leads it 20-0. Let's see who's watching tonight. I mentioned my buddy Johnny Holcomb, big Valdosta supporter. Michael Sorensen. What's up, Mike? CeeLo Fulton says the QB been running for his life all night. Keith Barr says Buford going to destroy Colquitt County. Mike Sorensen, you're right. Show moves to Tuesday next week. Ren Esty says every game Tift penalties kill him. Ren is his family Tift County supporter, I believe, so I think they're pretty familiar with Tift. Yeah, 1983 under Gene Brody, who this field is named for. Punting situation, little short kick, and it's going to roll dead at the 29-yard line. Not able to get much. You can tell that he was trying to quick kick the ball, so worried about what was going to be a heavy rush that he was not able to get much on that punt at all. He kicked it from about his own goal line, and it's going to not go quite 30 yards. And so Colquitt County is going to start with great field position. They're going to have it at the Tift County 29-yard line. They lead it 20-0 with 1:12 left to go in the first half. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. I'm Phil Jones, your play-by-play man. Don't forget, we'll give you a quick recap at the half, and we'll let you check out the high school bands for your halftime entertainment. Play action. Nico Fan under a heavy rush. Going to throw it. Man open out there. Complete. That was Thomas on the catch. He'll have a first down. That's going to move the ball down inside the 20. Clock continues to run. A minute to go. 1 minute. Now we're under a minute. Packers, new set of downs. They're in no hurry, and they don't need to be. Plenty of time. 3 receivers far side. Nico Fan looks. Fade pattern here in the end zone is complete. We've got pushing and shoving. Penalty flag thrown. I believe we're going to get holding or pass interference on Tift County. I'm trying to see who that's Landon Thomas, and on the defense for Tift County, that's number 3, Zamorian Brown. He's one of their great cover corners, but that's a tall order on a fade to one of the best receivers in the state. It is indeed pass interference. Yeah, Tift County lost to Parkview in the last state championship they went to. Charles Winslet was the head coach for Tift County that year. So angry at the officials. That was one of the last years, maybe in the last season, that the game was played on one of the participating team's stadium, which I hate. Put that thing as it is now on neutral site. Never, ever should a state championship game be played at one of the two teams' stadium. Charles Winslet certainly felt that way. Took Tift, said, we're not taking the runner-up trophy. Let's get on the bus and get out of here. Charles Winslet, one of the great high school coaches in this state. 1st and 10. The crowd says, go, Pack, go. Back shoulder throw. Incomplete. 40 seconds to go in the half. Colquitt County going to have second down. Ball sits just inside the 10-yard line. Actually, it sits at the 6-yard line, 7-yard line, 6.5. Nico Fan waiting for it. He's got it. Fan rolls, looks, throws. Complete to Landon Thomas, who's going to take it in for the touchdown. What a play. Fan able to get it over the outstretched arms of the Tift defense. And that's going to be a touchdown from 6 yards out. And that will make Nico Fan the Colquitt County all-time touchdown passing leader. He takes over the record from Chase Parrish. Extra point from Fitzgerald coming up, and it's good. 33 seconds to go. Packers extend their lead. It's now 27-0 Colquitt, and again, congratulations to Nico Fan. His 4 touchdown passes here in the first half. By the way, he's had 4 touchdown passes in each of the first 2 games. Here he gets it in the first half. And he becomes the new Colquitt County all-time record holder for touchdown passes. That gives him 71, I believe it is. Is that right, Wayne? Brandy Alexis Digby has got great advice. Said go in at halftime and regroup. Somebody posted that Georgia Tech score. Is that final over Louisville? 7-6. Is that final or is that just still the lead? Boy, Georgia Tech under Brent Key. That's another program trying to get back on track. So here's Colquitt County, 27-0 lead. And we're still not done yet. Fitzgerald going to drive it deep. Taking it at the 1 yard line. Look out. Big return that time from Tift County's Titus Buford. I'll tell you what, guys, they've got some playmakers. My buddy Cole Moore giving me some updates. K Road 3, Thomasville 3. Tyshawn Ponder says, call your Buford score again. Feel your favorite team. Oh, man. Tyshawn's got this hang-up. Tyshawn, my favorite team is every team. All right, here we go. Martin going to hand it. Oh, no. Martin, whoa, he had me faked out. Long throw. Man, great play action that time from Chris Martin. He certainly had me fooled. He had a man streaking open down there. I think that was Moat. But he overshoots him. No, that was Titus Buford. Camden's up on Glenn Academy 17-0. Now, I saw where George High School Football Daily this morning, Lauren Maxwell predicted Camden to miss the playoffs. That's not going to happen. Jeff Herron's got a good Camden team. And they're proving it tonight against a good Glen Academy team of Rocky Hidalgo. Tift County now trying to get something going here late in the first half. Handoff, left side. Nice run. Look out. Boy, Tift, he's still on his feet. Now he's going to be brought down at the 40. 10 seconds to go in the half. 10 seconds. Tift County, I think, going to take a timeout. Or is there a timeout to be taken? There is. Timeout. So there's 10 seconds left to go in the half. I want to thank everybody for being with us tonight. We got the second half coming up. Will we hear the cannon tonight is the question. Will we hear the big cannon? Mr. Producer, have you ever heard the cannon here? Be ready. Even if you're ready, it will rock your socks. It'll rattle your ribs. It's tremendous. You never get used to it. Keith Barr says Phil still thinks Schley is better than Tift in baseball last year, even though Tift beat them twice. Goodness, Keith. Keith holding on to that, ain't he? Man. All right, 10 seconds to go. Tift County at the 40. Will we see Tift County throw the Hail Mary? Martin going to roll to the right, going to throw it. Incomplete. Didn't have a chance. 5 seconds left now. And that's going to bring up, I believe, a fourth down. So now if you're Tift County, I mean, you might as well drop back and let Chris Martin throw it long. Let's let Tift County bring trips to one side and send them long. So fourth down, you got 5 seconds left. And let's see what Tift County decides to do. Why not? One receiver, far side. I mean, he's wide. One receiver near side. Martin in the pistol. They're going to run it. Big run. Look out. As the clock sounds to end the half, it's a nice run inside the 30, but Packers are going to stop him there, and that is the end of the first half of play here at Brody Field. ITG next game of the week. Presented by Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports. Colquitt County leads it 27-0. And again, in case you missed it earlier, Nico Fan, with his 4 first-half touchdown passes, becomes Colquitt County's all-time touchdown passing leader. He is in the record books. He overtakes Chase Parrish, former Colquitt County quarterback, who had the record at 67, I believe. Is that right?
He had 70. Chase had 70.
Chase had 70. I got you. Yeah, he had 70. Now Nico Fan has 71. Where would I be without Wayne Grandy, man? Former or longtime Moultrie Observer sports editor. We appreciate his support and his help tonight. All right, guys, we're going to let you enjoy the bands. A lot of you watching love to see the bands and the halftime entertainment. That'll give yours truly a chance to take a little bit of a break. But this halftime recap brought to you by Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Colquitt County took the opening drive and they took it down. 8-yard touchdown pass to Nye Carr. Put Colquitt County on the board first. That made it 7-0. The next touchdown pass went to Zay Williams. That from 35 yards out. And we ended the first quarter with Colquitt up 13-0. Second quarter, Colquitt County went right back to Carr, 42-yard touchdown. It was more of a short throw, and mostly of the 42 yards came after the run after the catch. But Nye Carr with his second touchdown of the night. That was touchdown number 3 for the Packers. And that gave Colquitt a 20-0 lead. And then a 6-yard touchdown pass to Landon Thomas. Gives Colquitt County their 4th touchdown of the first half, their first touchdown of the game, 4th touchdown of the game, rather. And that's where we stand with Colquitt County leading it 27-0. All right, welcome back, guys. Phil Jones with you. Hope you enjoyed the halftime entertainment from the bands from both Colquitt County and Tift County as we get ready to bring you the second half of tonight's ITG Next live stream, ITG Next game of the week between Colquitt County and Tift County. Some halftime numbers for you. In the first half, I mentioned to you that Nico Fan becomes the Colquitt County all-time touchdown passing leader as he surpasses Chase Parrish, the previous record holder. 71 touchdowns is what Nico Fan has now, and he becomes the new Colquitt County all-time touchdown passing leader. For Colquitt County, 234 total yards in the first half. 172 of that came in the air. 62 rushing yards. Nye Carr, 2 catches, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zay Williams, 3 catches for 48 yards, a touchdown. And Landon Thomas, 4 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Nico Fan was 11 for 16, 172 yards, and, of course, the 4 touchdowns. Now, I'll look at Tift County's numbers. Chris Martin, 5 of 14 for 43 yards passing in the first half. Damian Moat, though, give him credit. Young man did his part. 13 carries for 80 yards in the first half. Tift County 142 total yards of offense in the first half. Those are your first half numbers. Big thanks to Wayne Grandy from the Moultrie Observer for putting those together for us tonight. Big thanks to him for helping us out. Don't forget, coming up, and we'll start making this decision midway or around the fourth quarter. Going to name the Baker Sports player of the game. And it'll come one player from each team. Each of those players will receive a pair of shoulder pads from Baker Sports. So I'm going to ask you guys, once we get midway through the fourth quarter or so, thereabouts, I want to get y'all's input on who you think is our player of the game. So again, that will come compliments of our friends at Baker Sports. And again, we'll name one player from each team. So you guys help me out with that, naming the player of the game. For Colquitt County, it could be really any one of three players. Nico Fan, it could be Nycar, Zay Williams, Landon Thomas. For Tift County, I mentioned Damian Mode. He's got 13 carries for 80 yards. Listen, Chris Martin, he's done a good job. He's been running for his life a lot tonight, but in the first half, but he's done a pretty good job. So remember, one player from each team being named the player of the game. Booley Drew already given their input for the player of the game. There goes Rufus' his demand. Rufus, hadn't seen you in a while, buddy. Where you been? Rufus' his demand. Big Colquitt booster says college scouts need to be paying a lot of attention to Nico Fan. I hope they are already. Jackson Toll says give it an eye car. Anisha Shanae Smiths says Zay Brown. Melissa Hall says, let's go Packers. George Krajewski, a big old friend of mine, good friend of mine. Thanks for the coverage, Phil. George, great to hear from you. His son, Steven Krajewski, former Packer, great quarterback. Daniel Chafin says, player of the game, Nycar. Again, give us your input, and yours truly going to select a player of the game tonight, again, brought to you by Baker Sports, and it'll be a player of the game from each team. Here we go, ready to start the second half of play. ITG next, game of the week. High, deep kick. He gets it about the one every time, doesn't he? Great kicker. Got a late flag going to come in, some extracurricular after the play. I think it's going to go on Tift, but we'll wait and see. That is the last thing Tift County needs. I can promise you that. Guys, be sure to check out our ITG Next weekly newsletter. Actually, we put 2 newsletters out every week. Yours truly puts together the Georgia High School football rankings, my top 25 for classes A through 3A, and another top 25 poll for 4A through 7A. And it's the 2 composite polls where nobody's happy. But that's okay. I rank them like I see them. Jackson Toll says, can you shout me out? Done. Fabiola Spradley says Nico Fan. That penalty was on Tift County, so what was a fairly good return will be negated, and now Tift County is going to start their first offensive possession of the second half with the ball back at their own 10-yard line. Major rebuilding project in place for Tift County. But, folks, I'm telling you, you may not can see it on the field. Noel Dean is trying to get these kids back in class, trying to do a lot of things behind the scenes to bring this program back together. All right, here we go, starting the second half. Chris Martin takes it, rolls, going to throw, incomplete. Great coverage out here on this near side. Incomplete. So they're trying to get, looks like trying to get Chris out on the edge and trying to get him to throw on the run. I think Chris Martin is better a pocket passer. I don't think Chris throws very well on the run. That's not a knock. It's just, every quarterback has got strengths and weaknesses. I think Chris's strength is throwing from the pocket. Now, easier said than done when you're not getting a lot of protection. Second down, 10 yards needed for the first. Tift County deep in their own territory to start the second half. Running play. Moat hit right away. Actually, that was Titus Buford. Buford is number 5, Damian Moat 6, and sometimes the 5 looks like a 6 and vice versa. Lance Ashley Grant says, can you shout my son out? Kamari Brown, number 22. I love you, son. There's the shout out for Kamari Brown, number 22. Third down and long for Tift County. Martin trying to set up the screen. Complete. Big run, still on his feet. Look out. Ball, it breaks loose. It's a fumble. And boy, there's Tift County again, just when it looks like they've got something good going. They hit a long screen pass for 30 yards out to the 40. They fumble it, and the ball will go over on a turnover. And when it rains, it pours. So the shout out again for Kamari Brown, number 22 for the Packers. There you go. Mama loves you, or somebody loves you. It is her, Lance Ashley Grant. There you go. All right, so Tift County looks like they were going to have a new set of downs, getting it out of the shadow of their own goal line on a nice-looking screenplay, but instead it's a fumble and a turnover. And here's the Pack. They've got the lead, and here's Nico Fan looking. Going to throw it. Incomplete. Just got rid of it. Nico Fan under a heavy rush that time. I'm Phil Jones. You're watching the ITG Next Game of the Week. Is it Booley Drew or Drew Booley? Says that Packer defense has some beast, and they do. Second down and 10, Colquitt County. They've got it. There are the Tift County 39 after the fumble recovery. Nico Fan. Boy, smooth, isn't he? Throws off the fingertips of a wide open receiver. Number 23. Sherrod Rick could not hang on to it. So it'll be third down. We're just underway third quarter. ITG Next Game of the Week brought to you by Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports. Third down and 10. 2 incompletes have brought us to this point for the Pack. Fan, quick toss, throws, incomplete. He and Landon Thomas could not connect. We've got a penalty flag down. Pass is against Colquitt County. Noel Dean says we're going to decline it. And so you're looking at a 4th and 10 now for the Packers. So Colquitt may be in a go-for-it situation here. I mean, you're at the Tift County 39, and that may exactly be what Sean Calhoun's going to do here. So Colquitt County, indeed, going to leave their offense on the field. They're going to go for it. 4th and 10 from the Tift County 39. 2 receivers, far side, 2 here to the near side. Fan looks, throws, complete. Touchdown, Colquitt County. They go for it, and they hit a 39-yard touchdown pass. And just like that, the Pack picked right up where they left off in the first half. On a 4th down and 10, they go for it. And Nico Fan, his 5th touchdown pass of the night, a 39-yard touchdown strike. Here's the extra point. It's up. And it's good. I think that touchdown went to Zay Williams. It was. Wayne Grandy is able to confirm for me. So a 39-yard touchdown strike, extra point is good. And it's 34-0. Colquitt County in complete control here at Brody Field in Tift. Delvin Hernandez showing what it means to be a true fan. Win, lose, or draw. Go Big Blue. Shay King says, go Pack. Antoinette Jackson Hall says, go Pack. Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance sponsoring tonight's game and our ITG Next Game of the Week all season long. Next week, we go to Marietta to bring you North Cobb and the Marietta Blue Devils. Kickoff, taken at the 1, as it is every time. Return man for Tift County going to get it to the 26-yard line. And that's where Tift County will put it in play. 1st and 10, trying to make something happen in this contest. Taking a look ahead, North Cobb at Marietta next week. In 2 weeks, we'll be at Buford, bringing you Carver, Atlanta at Buford. In 3 weeks, we bring you Valdosta Wildcats at McEachern. So some good games coming up, some good athletes coming up, some good teams coming up. ITG Next Game of the Week brought to you by Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Running play, right side, going to break away from a couple of would-be tacklers. And boy, Damian Moat. That young man is having himself a game, albeit in a losing effort, but don't tell him that.
13-yard run. That'll be enough for a first down for the Blue Devils.
So move the chains. That's a first down for Tift County. Tift County trying to get something going. They'll bring 3 receivers here to the near side. Martin going to take it. Handoff. There's Moat again, busting out of there. Big run. That's going to put him close to 100 yards if he's not over. Taking it down to the Packer 45 on the 16-yard burst that time. The big question at this point is not really the outcome of the game, but it's will we hear the cannon tonight? Tift County, again, 2 wide receivers, a man in the slot on this near side. Handoff. Big run for Tift County again. I don't think that was Moat that time. Check the running back.
11 yards on the run. That'll be another first down for the Blue Devils.
There's another first down for Tift County. So Tift County now, I said this back earlier in the game. They were having success running the football. Why not keep running it? Now they're going to pass it. Martin, complete to the 25-yard line. Boy, I tell you, Chris throws some long outlet passes, and thank goodness he's got the arm strength to do it. Man, that's a hard ask for a quarterback, but he can do it. Put that one on the money there. And here come the Devils now trying to get the cannon fired off tonight for the first time. Tift County at the Colquitt County 25-yard line. And second down. Running play, right side. Going to get it close to a first down. I think he'll have it. Going over the 25. Make sure everybody can get off the pile there. That's another first down for Tift County. Tackle made that time by Zerlando Spradley. Move the chains. It's another Tift County first down, third quarter. I think it's 5 minutes. I can't read it. First down, Tift County at the Packer 21. Pass, crossing route, complete. Down to about the 14, 13-yard line.
Pass complete to John Hayes.
8:38 to go in the third. Here come the Devils trying to find some positive. And they are finding it with a mix of the pass and the run, actually, is Tift County. Second down, short. Quick toss, complete. Wide receiver screen. Colquitt going to come up and sniff it out right away.
Pass complete to Taylor Morrow.
Morrow on the catch. I think they may have lost a yard. Now, PA announcer said they lost 2. So that's a tough break there. Got to go north and south, guys. We got 2nd and 1, north and south. North and south, especially when you're running it with some success. Come on. Trips to the far side. One back. They're going to hand it to him. And there he goes. And that's what you got to do right now if you're Tift County, guys. You just got to keep running it. That's going to give Tift another first down. North and south. North and south. Delvin Hernandez says, get ready for that cannon. Will we hear the cannon? Another big run for Tift County. Right up the middle, going for about 3. Moat is a good one. He's got to go over 100 so far tonight. We'll check his total yardage here in a minute. Give him about 4 yards on that one. I think Tift can get, let's see. No. 2nd and goal. The ball sits at the 7. Here comes Tift. Up to the line. Can Tift find the end zone for the first time tonight? 2 receivers, far side. Snap. Martin throws. Incomplete. So a third down play, you got to figure Tift County's going to be in 4-down territory here. 3rd and goal. Let's see. Zell Ellerson wants to know, do they fire it on field goals? I think they fire it on every scoring play. I think. Let's see if we can find out. 3rd down, Packer fans on their feet. 3rd and goal. Martin going to hand it. Moat going to take it to the 5. And now it's decision time for Noel Dean. 4th and goal from the 5. And when I say decision time, do you pass it? Do you pass it or do you run it? Packer fans making some noise. They want to maintain the shutout. Tift County wants to hear the cannon. Tift County taking a lot of time. They're going to have to take a timeout, I think. 5 seconds, 4 seconds on the play clock, 3 seconds. And Tift, indeed, does take a timeout as the play clock was running down. Hawk Flunoy says that 3-4 defense is terrible. Guys, that'll give you a chance, or that'll give us a chance to remind you about our friends. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to partner with ITG Next and sponsor tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you all for enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight. And don't forget to call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for any of your future equipment needs. Also, our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Whether it's home, auto, farm, life, whatever you need, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance has an agent near you. Go to gfbinsurance.com. Coming out of the timeout now. Tift County's got it. 4th and goal from the 5. Here we go. 4th and goal. Tift County. Penalty flag. Offsides. Offsides on Colquitt County. That's going to move it half the distance to the goal. So an offside. So what was 4th and goal from the 5 is going to be 4th and goal from the 2.5. Now what does Noel Dean call? So move it half the distance. 4th and goal. Offsides on Colquitt County. Here we go. It's 4th and goal. Colquitt County Packer fans say, we don't want to hear that cannon. Tift County wants to hear the cannon. What's happening? Let's see. We'll see together. Hand it off. Moat trying to get to the goal line. It's a touchdown for Tift County. And there's the cannon. Usually they make you wait a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. We had a flag on the play. A holding call on Tift County. Premature cannon. So now it's going to be a tough one for Tift County. You're still 4th and goal. Tift County may go for a field goal here. Let's see. Tift County, if I tell you, players are still fired up, man. They're ready. Going to be much tougher now, though. Tift County still 4th and goal. Empty backfield for Martin. Snap to Martin. Looks. Going to be sacked. Martin never had a chance. Jimmy Whidden says the cannon man saw that flag and fired it anyway. Well, we got the best of both worlds, I guess, if you're a Tift fan. You got the cannon, but if you're a Colquitt fan, no score. So Colquitt County, the shutout is still in effect. 34 to nothing the score. Colquitt County now takes over. Throw across the middle. Man, they make it look easy, don't they? And again, guys, I'm going to remind you of something. When Rush Probst arrived at Colquitt, these two programs had pretty much been the same for years. Solid programs, making the playoffs, winning a region, short run. And when Rush Probst arrived, it changed everything for this Packer program. Whether you like him or hate him, that's a fact. And even though Probst is long since been gone from Colquitt, you can see his impact and legacy lives on through this Packer football program. Handoff up the middle. Running room. Deshaun Brown taking it close to a first down. But Rush Probst came in, put this program on a completely different level. And even though he is gone, again, the winning tradition remains at Colquitt, and they have never looked back. Sean Calhoun has come in and really taken this thing to new heights. Great coach, Sean Calhoun is. Great man, too. Play action. Long throw. Receiver was able to come back and get it. Pass was underthrown. And boy, there was, boy, Tift County fans want, or Tift County coaches want to hold. There was a lineman just holding on to a Tift County defensive man. And the Packers or the officials missed it or didn't call it. Wow, got away with one there, but it's really all academic at this point. Big play for the Pack. Here they come. They're threatening to score again. Nico Fan. And we've got a flag. False start. Don't forget, the player of the game will select a player from each team. We'll probably make that decision somewhere in the fourth quarter. Going to get another false start on Colquitt County. Now, here's the thing. You're leading. You're in complete control. And these are the kind of things that, you know, you separate really good teams from championship teams. Colquitt cannot do these kind of things. And now they've committed back-to-back penalties. Here they come, though, still in good shape. Running play. Number 22. Ramsey Dennis. Another carry. Let's see where they'll spot him out of bounds. I think you're going to see he went out of bounds at the 5. Here's Colquitt now going with a little bit of tempo here. Again, we're kind of at a third down here for the Pack. At the Tift County 4. Fan rolls, looks, throws for Carr. Batted it down. Was a great play by Tift County's defensive back over there, Zamorian Brown. So going to bring up a field goal situation, and they'll bring in the great one. Brett Fitzgerald. He's the kicker I named the best in the state. Basically, my criteria was game's on the line and you need somebody from 40 yards out. Who do you call? You call Brett Fitzgerald. That's who you call. Now, this ain't going to be from that far. Should be a chip shot for him, but let's see. Here's the snap, the hold. Kick is up. And it is good. So, Fitzgerald makes it 37-0 on the chip shot field goal. Again, to extend the Packer lead. Phil Jones with you, ITG Next Game of the Week. Brought to you by our friends at Baker Sports. and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Remember, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance agents offer home, auto, life, farm insurance. To find an agent near you, go to their website, gfbinsurance.com. And if you're a Tift County fan in Tifton, Todd Applewhite, Brett Fletcher, Ryan Wiggins. For you Colquitt fans in Moultrie, John Mitchell, William Peacock, or Zach Webb. If you're everywhere else or anywhere else, you can go to gfbinsurance.com. Simply enter your county, and you'll find your agents there. Their name, email, phone number, easy to find. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, one of our two sponsors, along with Baker Sports. Fitzgerald's kick this time going to go into and out of the end zone for a touchback. His first touchback of the night. And that is going to give Tift County the football. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 3:07 left to go in the third quarter. All pack tonight. Next week, we're going to be in North Atlanta. We'll be in Cobb County for North Cobb at Marietta. North Cobb giving Buford all they can handle tonight. We'll see if we can get you an update on that score and other scores as we move forward tonight. Chris Martin gonna hand it. Big run out to the 27 for Moat. I think Moat is going to right now be my candidate for the Tift County Player of the Game. Remember, you guys helped me select the Baker Sports Player of the Game from each team. That player, each player, both players, will receive a nice set of new shoulder pads, compliments of our friends at Baker Sports. 2nd down and short. Throw complete. Receiver still on his feet over there, finally brought down after a nice run after the catch. Gives Tift County a 1st down. Martin's got a good arm on him. Chris Martin going to the former Lee County quarterback, going to Alcorn State. And those of you saying call rush ASAP, that's not going to happen. Moat with another carry. He's racking up some good yardage tonight. At halftime, Damian Moat had 13 carries for 80 yards. He's well over 100. He adds 2 at 6 yards on that carry. 2nd down. Nearing the end of the third quarter. 1:28 to go here in the third. All Packers tonight. 37-0. Chris Martin takes the snap, looks, heavy rush, just gets rid of it. Complete over on the far home sideline is going to give Tift County the ball at the Packer 42, and that's going to give the Devils another 1st down. So a weird game tonight. Obviously, it's all Packers. Tift County has been able to move the football at points tonight, but no score. So here's Tift County now up to the line after another Blue Devil 1st down. Devils got it 1st and 10 at the Packer 41-yard line. 2 receivers, now 3 receivers. They'll split out here to the near side. Martin, and they've been in the single back formation all night. Moat again on the carry. Makes one Packer miss, but not able to get away from the rest of the defensive front for the Pack. Give him a couple. 2nd down and 8. Damian Moat, Big 6, that's my junior. I know you got to be proud of him, Pop, for sure. That is a good-looking young man. 2nd down and short. Martin, play action. Throws, long downfield, intercepted. Martin had Moat streaking open, but he underthrew it. Martin needed to get some more air under that one, just didn't get his feet set. And he underthrows that one, and it's going to be intercepted by Colquitt County. So another Tift County impressive drive goes for naught. Boy, Tift County really a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. Great day. We're late into third. Colquitt now at their own 1 yard line. Nico Fan going to hand it. And I think Tift County may have got the safety. So Tift County will get their first points of the night on a safety. The running back could not get out of the end zone. It's a safety. So, yes, Ren Estes, Tifton will score as it's now 37-2. A safety for the Tift County defense. Been a crazy game, guys. So it's a safety. So now we'll see Colquitt County on a free kick give it back to Tift County. So 37-2 the score. That's crazy. Huh? What'd you say? Yes. Well, the cannon, are we not going to fire is Tift County not going to fire the cannon with a safety? Shouldn't they fire the cannon? I mean, it's points, right? It's a safety. Ulysses Flagg says, I'll take it. Johnny Sweat wants to know, do they shoot the cannon off for safety? Or are they going to shoot a 22? I see what you're doing there. Love it. So 37-2, your score now. Colquitt on the free kick from their own 20. So Tift County gets the safety and they'll get the ball back. Fitzgerald kicks it away. Bouncing kick to the 40, 45, 50. Across the 50, about the 48, 47 is where they'll stop him. And so Tift County will go back on offense. 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 37-2 your score. John Sloan, thank you. Cedar Grove, 34. Westlake, 34. Wow. Brad Mathis, what's up, Brad? Brad, what's Cook doing tonight? All right, so here we go. Tift County with the ball at the Colquitt 48. Running play, about a yard. What's up, buddy? Packer fans down here yelling up at the press box. Love it. Be sure to catch my show, Extra Point, with Phil Jones. It normally is Mondays at 5, but this week it'll be Tuesday at 5 because of the holiday. That is the end of the third quarter of play with Colquitt County leading at 37-2. All right, start thinking about our player of the game, brought to you by Baker Sports. I think the only question at this point is who do you give it to for Colquitt? I think Tift County is no question got to go to Damian Moat, the running back, who has been a one-man show for the most part for Tift County tonight. And then for the Colquitt County Packers, probably Nico Fan. I don't know. What do you think? All right, so you guys, thank you for the update on Cook and Brooks. CeeLo Fulton tells us Cook and Brooks going to play October 5th game. It was canceled. Thank you for that, guys. John Sloan says, give it a Nico fan. Delvin Hernandez, Nico definitely. Keep giving me, so it sounds like it may be at this point academic as far as our player of the game, but we'll wait. Make it official here coming up as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Guys, also want to remind you that every week I talk to a number of coaches around the state. Our weekly coaches shows. Handoff. Short gain, maybe a yard for Tift County. Going to bring up third and about 7. So each week I talk with Sean Calhoun of the Packers. I talk with Noel Dean of Tift County. I talk with Bryant Appling from Buford, Shane Queen from North Cobb, and several other coaches. Rush Probst from Pell City. You can check all these coaches' shows out at ITG Next Georgia. Adam Carter from Lowndes, and several more. Jeremy Edwards, Houston County, and we'll tell you who else I talk to every week. Third down, Martin looks. Heavy rush, he's going to go down. Penalty flag on the play. Grounding on Tift County. So, again, Martin in the grass, try to get rid of it. There was no receiver in the area, so that should be a loss of down. And they did call grounding, didn't they? Sean Calhoun's out there arguing something. I'm not sure what. I think Sean Calhoun was wanting to decline it, but it's a loss of down anyway. So we've got a timeout here on the field. Either way, it's going to be 4th and a mile. It's going to be 4th and Valdosta here. Give us a chance to tell you about our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are both proud to partner with ITG Next and sponsor tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you for all enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight. And don't forget, call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for any of your future equipment needs. And remember, for Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you can find any agent anywhere in the state. All you got to do is go to their website, gfbinsurance.com. That's gfbinsurance.com. You see the website address there on your screen. Easy to find your agent anywhere. So here we go. Tift County now in a punting situation. High kick. Fair catch called for and made. They're at the 30. So Colquitt County will take over. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line in complete control. All right, so here we go coming out of the timeout. Colquitt County with the football. They've got the lead 37-2. That's right, 37-2. Tift County with a safety. Running play right side, probably going to get some of the younger Packers here, I would think, into the game. We'll see. Probably gonna see some brand new white clean jerseys. New quarterback in there for Colquitt County is Zylan Aldridge. And they're probably just going to get a heavy dose of running plays here, I would think. Running play that time from one of the regulars, Ramsey Dennis. First down, Packers. Again, help us out with our player of the game. Who do you think? Again, I'm thinking we're going with Nico Fan, which his night is likely done. Another handoff, another nice run this time. From Ramsey Dennis again. Josiah Jordan says Nico Fan. Going to bring up second down. About 5 needed for the first. Handoff, right side. It'll be enough for the first down and a little more. Number 7 that time. Jamari Stokes, the sophomore, on the carry. So Colquitt County, obviously, 7-13, 7-12, 7-11, and counting to go in the game. Colquitt County going to go to 3-0 on the season. Tift County will fall to 0-3. Again, got some new Packers in the game tonight. Zion Ulrich, he's a sophomore. He's the new quarterback in there. I mentioned number 7, Jamari Stokes. He gets the call. A nice hard running from that young man. Hey, these guys, they don't really care what the score is. They're getting a chance to play. And normally, not going to get a chance to see much action, but they're seeing some action here in this one. 37-2 the score. It'll bring up second down, about 3 yards needed for the first. Handoff right up the middle. Again, that is Jamari Stokes with another big run. That's another Packer first down. So Stokes, good-looking running back, giving him some carries here. .524, 5:23. Colquitt content to let clock run here. They're in no rush, nor should they be. Aldridge, the quarterback, hands it off. Nothing doing. Big hit by Tift County's number 15, Landon Jones, senior defensive lineman. He's had a good night tonight. He's been in on several tackles. Warner Robins, 31-28 over Northside in the fourth. So I'll have to check out my pick six. Be sure to check out my rankings that I do every week, as well as my pick six tonight. And I'll go over those scores with you and kind of see where I'm at. I picked Thomas County Central to beat Bainbridge 30-20. I did pick Westlake 38-35 over Cedar Grove. I know that one was pretty tight earlier. Goodness gracious. Right now, Tift County's number 15, Landon Jones, is not getting blocked. He has stuffed the run those last two plays. Clint Chafin, Colquitt quarterback, player of the game. Keep plugging away, Tift. It's going to get better. Y'all have talented players. Now, that's the way you should talk about young high school football players. Third down, Pack. And what do we got? Penalty flag on the play. I think we're going to get a false start on the Pack, and we will. So I'm going to make it official. Our Baker Sports player of the game goes to Nico Fan. Kind of hard not to give him the award as he becomes Colquitt County's all-time touchdown passing leader, surpassing Chase Parrish, the previous record holder. He needed 3 to tie, 4 to take the lead, and he did just that. Long throw. It's going to be intercepted by Tift County. A penalty flag down there. Oh, huge block behind the play. We got penalty flags all over the play. Check the call and see what we got. Boy, you hate to see those blocks where no one sees it coming. So they're going to sort this one out. That one was overthrown. Young quarterback in the game. Trying to make something happen. Ulrich. See if we can sort out. The referees are all talking here. So we're waiting on the refs to sort this one out. I think we have offsetting penalties. We have a penalty on Tift. We have a penalty on Colquitt. And usually if you're offsetting, you play it over. And I think that's what we're going to do. So again, my players of the game go to Nico Fan for Colquitt County and Damian Moat for Tift County. They both had outstanding performances tonight for their respective teams. And those players, again, each player is going to receive a brand new pair of state-of-the-art shoulder pads from Baker Sports and Pro Sports. So there you go. Guys, great turnout tonight for our ITG Next Game of the Week. We hope that you'll be with us all season long. Again, Phil Jones with you. I'll be on the play-by-play all year long. Don't forget, check out our high school football Facebook Live show, usually every Monday. But this week, because of the Labor Day holiday, it will be Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Be sure to tune in right here at ITG Next Facebook page. Mike Sorensen says, well-deserved players of the game. Yeah, they did a good job. Delvin Hernandez, thank you for the compliment, sir. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Handoff, nothing doing. A lot of young players in here in the game now. We're down to 2:10 to go in the football game. Packer fans starting to file out. Stevie Sheffield says, thanks for streaming. Thank you for that, brother. Again, Delvin Hernandez, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. I want to thank everybody for all your comments, all the interaction, engagement. Is what we like to do. Mike, I love the comments, buddy. Mike Sorensen. Mike Sorensen could have been a quarterback. Had a rocket for an arm, did Mike, on the baseball and softball side. LaShondra Harvey says, thanks. Thank you for that, LaShondra. You are welcome.
We'd like to remind everyone that no one is allowed on the field following tonight's game.
I was going to say under 2 minutes. We're well under 2 minutes now. 1:36. 1:36. Again, want to thank our friends. And be sure to thank our friends at Baker Sports and Pro Sports, as well as our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Without their generous support, we could not be bringing you these live games, our live stream. So Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, agents offering home, auto, life, farm insurance. Go to their website, gfbinsurance.com, guys. Also, Baker Sports. Welcome all football fanatics. Friday Night Lights 2023 is here. Brought to you by Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Together serve as your one-stop destination for top quality sports equipment. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, Baker Sports has got you covered. Remember, call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. And hope you have enjoyed this gridiron spectacle of a game. Tiffany Williams, I'm glad I got to watch the Packers game from Texas. Tiffany, that's what it's all about. Damian Moat, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Ryan Edwards, thank you for the comment. Appreciate that. Mandy Hawkins, thank you. Terry Perriman, thank you. John Sloan, thank you. A long field goal from Colquitt County. Goodness gracious. That's why I told you guys that there is no question when it comes to field goal kicking, Brett Fitzgerald is the best in the business. And he has just added to the Pack lead, 40-2. Thank you guys, though, for the comments. We appreciate that a lot. Richie Sloan says, wait till you see that stud quarterback in the 8th grade. Now he's legit. Richie, who is that? You talking about for Tift or Colquitt? Mandy Hawkins says, let's go, Brett. He's a good one. Jerry Hill, thank you for the kind words. Really enjoyed the streaming of the game. Y'all have done a wonderful job. Thank you for the kind words. Makes it all worthwhile. I promise you that. Everybody likes to get compliments, guys. I don't care what anybody says. Mike Sorensen joined Phil and crew Tuesday at 5. Guys, I think you'll love the show. Normally comes at 5, or Monday at 5. But, yeah, because of the holiday, we'll do it Tuesday at 5. But thank you for the kind words. Kickoff taken, fumbled inside the 5. And so Tift County now will put it in play. First and 10. Ball spotted at I believe the 14 is where they're going to spot it. 1 minute, 16 seconds left. We'll probably see Tift County run a couple of plays, and that will do it tonight, I'm guessing. So 8th grade quarterback for Colquitt is Cohen Lawson. Goodness. Keon Caldwell says, Phil, they got to wait until next week to fire that cannon. Not on our pack. I hear you. Scotty Strickland, North Dakota Packer here. Great job, Phil. Scotty, are you watching in North Dakota? Wow. That's the beauty of what we do, guys. Scott, I'm hoping I'm saying your last name right. Scott Pennell, enjoyed your broadcast tonight. You guys did a great job. Thank you for that. Really appreciate the kind words, guys. Really, really means a lot. And we were glad, thankfully, glad to bring this to you guys tonight. If you're a Tift County fan, I know it's not what you had hoped for, but it's just the joy of high school football on a Friday night. A pass that's incomplete. Mike Crosby, many thanks for streaming tonight. Thank you for that. And that is going to do it. The clock shows all zeros. There's the cannon. They fired the cannon. And by golly, they got that cannon off tonight. So that's going to do it. Your final score on the ITG Next Game of the Week. The Packers 40. Tift County with a safety avoids the shutout. They have 2. 40-2, your final score. Again, our Baker Sports players of the game. Nico Fan, who becomes the Colquitt County all-time touchdown passing leader. He surpasses the previous record holder, Chase Parrish. So congratulations to Nico Fan. And the thing is, he's going to continue to add to that total all season long. Packers have got a great team. Our Tift County Baker Sports player of the game for Tift County is Damian Moat. How many total yards he came up with, Wayne? Okay. Had to be probably close to around 120, 130 yards would be my guesstimate. He certainly had a great night tonight. He is our Tift County player of the game. Again, both of those players, Nico Fan for Colquitt, Damian Moat for Tift, going to be presented with a brand new pair of shoulder pads from our friends at Baker Sports. And we're going to be doing that every game all season long. Don't forget, next week, we're going to be in Marietta. We'll be bringing you the North Cobb at Marietta game. We hope you guys will tune in for that. We've got great games for you all season long. We'll be bringing you Carver Buford in a couple of weeks. Valdosta at McEachern. We'll get our first look at Julian Juju Lewis, the standout sophomore from Carrollton. We'll bring you a game on October the 27th that could be for a playoff spot in Region 1-7A. Between Lowndes and Richmond Hill. And then the last week of the season, we go to Rome. So we got some great teams, some great players that we'll be bringing you all season long. One more time, guys. Thanks goes to our friends at Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Baker Sports and Pro Sports proud to be the presenting sponsor tonight between the Tift County and Colquitt County Packers. And Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, again, go to their website, gfbinsurance.com, and find an agent near you. Again, guys, our final score here tonight from Brody Field in Tifton. The Pack all over Tift, 40-2, the final score. Again, guys, want to remind you, I'll be doing coaches' calls. I do this every week. Sean Calhoun, Brian Appling, Buford, Tift County's Noel Dean, Lowndes, Adam Carter, several more coaches. We do several coaches, 14 in all, yours truly. So be sure to check out all that at ITGNX. If you're a high school fan, guys, go to our website, itgnxgeorgia.com. You'll see all the great things that we've got going at our website, our Facebook page, social media. We are all high school sports all the time. It is our business. It's all we do. And again, guys, thank you so much for tonight's viewership of our live stream. Again, your final score, Colquitt County wins it 40-2. For our cameraman and Mr. Producer, Sean Perry, I'm Phil Jones saying have a great night. Have a great Labor Day holiday weekend. And we'll see you guys next Friday from Marietta. See you guys. Have a good one.